Okay. Hey, in other 1980s news, per the Hollywood Reporter, David Cronenberg's Scanners heads to HBO as a series.
Okay, I've never even seen that movie,
Yeah?
but that stood
get
out to
that?
me because
Yeah.
of what, like
you know
memes
about
I've
it?
seen. Like
Okay.
I've
Because
seen.
you live on the planet and you've seen,
Right.
you know what happens in Scanners in that
Like-
one scene. Right.
Eyes. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
You know the guy who's all wired up and he's like, you know, that shot.
that's it.
And you know that he shortly after there, his melon takes a powder.
Yeah. So, look, just like we've talked about a few episodes ago, and almost every episode of our show now, you get skeptical about, them taking an old property and bringing it new life.
Yep.
But there's there's several things that give me hope about this, including, John, last week you were saying about Time Bandits. Why touch Time Bandits? It's, just sort of perfect the way it is. Scanners is a movie to me that's fine. And I could talk to it made an impression upon me as a kid in the early 1980s because, I was all of like 10 years old or 11 years old when I saw it on video and saw that horrific head exploding scene as a kid and was like, this looks awful and horrible and gory.
And practical, I'll point out,
And
which is even
practical,
cooler.
Yeah, we could talk about that in a minute.
What?
But the they blew a guy's head off.
Not blowing the guy's head
practical.
off was practical, as opposed to digital, Cat.
And the director's like, hey
That's
guys,
a perfect way to deal with dudes. Blow their heads up. That's very practical. No, I mean it's
this-
real.
is this actor any good? I mean, does he have a future or does he have family?
No. All right, let's
We
do it
want this
practically.
shit to look real. All right. But other than that, the movie's fine. It's fine. So it could stand to have it. Look, I like David Cronenberg and some of his later stuff, and it's always weird and trippy. But anyway, so I think it could stand for a new polish or a fresh take, and maybe having a series is more of a way to explore it.
Okay.
But the folks that are involved give me encouragement too, because you've got William Bridges, who won an Emmy for co-writing the USS Callister episode of Black Mirror. John, are you a Black Mirror fan? You have to at least see
Of course.
that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Love Black Mirror, and that one where they were kind of, the guy was like a super nerdy kind of Trekkie, though they didn't call out
Yes.
Trek, and he lived out this adventure on this ship, and he was kind of a tyrant and an asshole.
Yes,
And
and
yeah, it was, yeah. of course it was.
Kidnapper and all these horrible things.
Mhm.
But the Star Trek allusions, I would imagine you'd like that.
Super good. Yeah, it was great.
So him, and also, so he's going to be the showrunner, but along with someone whose name I'm going to say is Yann Demange. Maybe it's Yann Demange, YANNDEMANGE. I almost thought it was like a wrestler's name, like Yann Damage or something. A medieval wrestler. Yann
Max
Damage.
Power.
Yann Demange is
But
heading over.
this person's name, who I'm terribly butchering, helmed the pilot for HBO's Lovecraft Country, which I loved that movie or TV series too. Unfortunately, it got canceled, but which that's got a lot of H.P. Lovecraftian sort of influence. That series, Cronenberg stuff is at times sort of Lovecraftian. But anyway, and finally, David Cronenberg, who wrote and directed the original film, is going to be the executive producer. So I think it stands a chance to maybe be good.
Oh, all right. Feeling hopeful.
And it's not a reboot or remake of Scanners. It's supposed to live in that universe. Just show me more. I that's the kind of thing I can get behind.
Yeah. Yeah. So for folks who don't know, I guess, because we're talking about it for a while now without really explaining, it's a movie. The story's about in this world, there's a small group of people who have various, telekinetic, telepathic, psychic powers. And some of them, one group is a good group and one group is the bad. That's in the world. There's a bad group of, they're referred to as scanners. But Michael Ironside plays this guy who's power hungry and wants to sort of, weaponize the folks with scanner powers, to take over the world. And his is, obviously they're trying to stop him. And Michael Ironside's character is the one who infamously explodes another guy's head. During a conference. I mean, during a conference in front of an audience. But anyway,
Wow.
So that's what it's about. But the new series is saying it, practically.
Very practical thing to
I
do.
mean, sure. I mean, doesn't have a wife, not children, nothing. No, right?
No, it's
No
fine. Go
future?
ahead. Go for it.
Okay. I mean, this
Yeah.
guy isn't like an Al Pacino or Robert De Niro type, right? He's not a future in acting. All right. Okay.
No. One of the charges. We're gonna go for it.
So this new series is being described as being set in that world of the film, where it's going to focus on two women that are being pursued by agents, that have these types of powers,
Okay.
and must learn to work together to topple this conspiracy that is determined to bring them to heel, which is kind of similar to some of the elements of the stories in the original film. But yeah, regarding that iconic head exploding scene, which, Kat, I guess you've only seen a GIF of it.
Right. Just, yeah, like a cartoony representation of that scene that you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in the movie, again, it happens. There's sort of a panel of people talking about, you know, these, I think they're talking about the psychics, the scanners, and Michael Ironside's character, who is a scanner, just blows up the guy's head. Because it was in the No, John, no!
Hey, relax. It doesn't have that kind of range.
Phew.
Someone in South Carolina, though, just exploded.
Yeah,
Well, that's
Can't
close
go
enough.
past the Carolinas.
Collateral damage.
I'm so glad your Wi-Fi is fritzing out.
Otherwise,
I kind of got, I got a little migraine though. I got a migraine.
Yeah.
Kind of
Did you get a
migraine.
floater and all of a sudden? Yeah.
I got a floater. I wait for my body
That's
to
the
absorb
first
the floater.
symptom.
Yeah.
Exploding at the next.
Starts with a floater. But that iconic scene, like John pointed out, was practical because the early 1980s. It couldn't be anything but.
Yeah.
Like you know, many of these effects then and today, it's a series. It took a series of trial and error before they found the right mix of things to make it look real. Ultimately, they created a plaster skull with a gelatin inside of it, and they packed it with various scraps of latex, some wax, and bits of leftover stringy stuff. And according to the guys who did the special effect, leftover burgers.
Oh, no.
Now, when it came time to actually make it explode, though, they tried a bunch of different type of explosive techniques, and none of them created the effect as they imagined it would be. So Gary Zeller, who was the effects supervisor, told his crew, roll the cameras, everybody get in the trucks, close the doors, get down, close the windows. And after they were safely away, he took a shotgun, ducked down behind the fake body.
What?
Out of sight behind this, behind the body, and blew its head off with a shotgun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Talk about practical. That's how to get it done.
I mean, thank goodness he didn't hurt anybody. Yeah. I mean,
Right.
Shotgun.